Let's have a little bit of fun this morning and let's rate these gig companies. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by number one being my favorite or the best payer, etc., and go down, or I should say up, with the numbers and go from there. Now, for those that do not know, my name is Ash and I'm a gig worker here in Montreal, Quebec. And currently I work for Uber Eats, for DoorDash, for Skip the Dishes, and every once in a while I will throw Instacart a bone. And because it's a Tuesday morning, it's 10 a.m. and it's dead here in the gig economy here in Montreal, or at least on the South Shore of Montreal, I decided we're going to make this video because I haven't done this video yet. But I want your help, okay? I want you to comment below 1 through how many gig apps you work. Hopefully it's not 32 of them, because if so, I envy you. And 1 being your favorite, and let's go down the list and you list yours in the comments. I only got 4 that I can go with based on my market, but I don't mind if you have 32 of them. It will actually be interesting to see, and then maybe I can even look some up to see if I have some in my market. For example, my friend Guillaume taught me something yesterday about a company called Eva, and they do food deliveries, but as well, they work with the SQDC down here. So for those that don't know, for the SQDC, it's the cannabis stores, and you can do drop-offs, and what happens is the service fee, in this case scenario, let's say it's a $9 service fee like he was telling me, that goes entirely to the drivers. I did look it up. It's not currently in my area, but I'm always looking for new ones that I can try to touch base with. Montreal is a little bit limited. Let's go on with the story and let's go on with listing these. ADHD will kick in every once in a while with me, but c'est la vie. So my number 1 on the list, if it wasn't already obvious, because I mean, let's go through it. I have over 200 videos on this channel and it's the one that I work for the most. It's going to be Uber Eats, but I will explain why. The first foremost reason is, I've mentioned this numerous times, it's the most offered offers in my area. So it's the most saturated in my area. So I will get more pings than any of the other apps from Uber Eats, and that's why I got to make it at number 1. Because I can't have a number 1 app if the number 1 app doesn't give me orders. That would make absolutely no sense. Another reason why Uber Eats ranks at number 1 is the shop and pay orders. I hate doing them, but I still do them. I did one this morning. It was my only order that I got. First, I did $16, 12 items, 2 kilometers, but the items are super quick to bang out. I only got 10 out of 12 because of items not currently being there. But I mean, that happens across the board with shop and pays, so I can't just limit it to this one. But on a regular basis for Costco shop and pays with Uber Eats, the base fare is typically in my market between $16 to $18 plus tip. Another reason why Uber Eats will make it to number 1 is I can just go ahead, click online, and do as I please. As an independent contractor or somebody who is classified as self-employed, I love the factor of being able to go on when I want to go on. With all the other applications minus Instacart, I can't do that, and that's frustrating. You don't want to secure a time block if you don't have the time, or it really edges some people if these companies turn around and say, you got to put a block with us. Well, I don't want to put a block with you because I don't even know if I can actually pencil in that schedule. For example, I drop off my kid at school and then I go out and about. But if I don't want to, I can turn things off. I can turn things on. But if I'm in a block, it feels a little bit more penciled in, and I don't like that vibe. And I guess I would say that will be the 3 main reasons why I'm going to rank Uber Eats at number 1. I can't rank their customer service at number 1. I can't really rank any of their customer services at number 1. I can't rank the way how they treat us as number 1, their promotions or top-up pays or anything else like that. Absolutely not. I'm just going to leave it at there, and that's why Uber is number 1. For number 2, as soon as this speedy racer goes by, I'm going to give it to Skip the Dishes. Skip the Dishes will be ranked number 2 in my location, and the reason for that is Skip the Dishes is my higher pay. Now, I'm not going to say I don't make good offers with Uber, and I probably should have ranked that with Uber, but c'est la vie. With Skip the Dishes, I do find I don't get like $3 or $2 or $4 offers. The minimum I've ever gotten with Skip the Dishes across the board with all my orders with them is like $5.45. And I'm not going to say that's not cheap, but it's much more better than what Uber Eats does give me. Now, with Skip the Dishes as well, they have a much more better bonus incentive. If I get 80% or more in orders, I get a minimum amount that they pay out to me, which is always $8. So if that's the case scenario with a minimum of $8 inclusive of tips, I know I've said it previously the other way around, it's actually inclusive of tips. That's not as bad as an offer as sometimes what you'll get from Uber Eats. Now with Skip the Dishes as well, they do have the option of scheduling. They do have the option of, I guess you call it Dash Now, but there is a problem with their Dash Now feature, is that it's always overflow. When I get overflow and I'm not scheduled with Skip the Dishes, the issue with them is that it's always the cheap offers that I'm going to decline nonstop. But if I'm scheduled, they will prioritize me as a driver because I'm on their schedule. So they will give you the better orders if you're on the schedule with Skip the Dishes. And I think one of my favorite parts about Skip the Dishes is even though they do offer stacked on orders, I've never had one stack on order. So on a regular basis, I'm always securing, I would say, about $8 to $16, $17 for Skip the Dishes on one single order. That is typically going to take me 30 minutes or less. Plus, there's no shop and pay order, so it's all food order, so it kind of makes my life easier. Third on the ranking, I don't know if this one is something that many would believe based on previous videos that I have done. It goes to DoorDash, or DoorTrash in a lot of our versions of DoorDash. Now, even though DoorDash is barely used by me anymore, I have more respect for DoorDash than I do for Instacart. For DoorDash, you do have the option of Dash Now, which is a lot like the Uber Eats functionality, but again, it's still a scheduling system. Now with DoorDash, the reason why they're ranked third is because of the fact that there's not a lot of hot orders in my area. There are times where there will be, but on a downtime, I can never get on with DoorDash. And I have a 3% acceptance rate with DoorDash for a reason. A lot of their orders are pure trash. I don't like the hidden tips. I don't like the guaranteed. I know Uber Eats does hidden tips and they do tip baits and such, but because it's so oversaturated with Uber Eats, I can't really complain too much. But with DoorDash, I feel like there's always something hidden. And I really dislike people playing with my money. DoorDash likes to play with your money even more than Uber Eats, in my own opinion. Again, you can comment below your own opinion when it comes to DoorDash or any of these companies, but that's my opinion on it. They are tampering with the money. It makes me feel edgy. It does not make me feel comfortable. With DoorDash, I'm used to more the map with Uber Eats, and I know you can change it, but I don't like their app platform in comparison to Uber Eats. And it comes down to the dollar figure and the amount of orders. Both of them are lower when it comes to DoorDash in my market, so I'm going to keep it at number 3. And then last but not least, it has to go to Instacart. Instacart, I absolutely hate you as a company. Absolutely hate you as a company. I dread turning on the app. I dread looking at the offers. I dread checking your stock markets, although I'm very happy to see them going down. I hate Instacart. The CEO lies on a constant basis from Instacart. So if the top dog is lying on Instacart, I mean, that's going to make me base my opinion a lot more. I mean, don't get me wrong, all the CEOs lie. They're not worth shit. But it's Instacart that really sparks me due to recent events. With Instacart, cheap orders. With Instacart, they don't add heavy pay. With Instacart, they make you break your back. With Instacart, their customer service sucks and you can't get anybody within, and I know, same thing, they're all international. But they're not, it's just not worth shit. It's not. Instacart is not worth my time. I will only put on Instacart if I get a deliver-only order. And the reason why I'll do a deliver-only order is because I don't have to associate much with the customer. I'm not even supposed to drop off the order and state that I'm from Instacart. If I get a Michael's deliver-only, it's here, it's your order from Michael's, goodbye. You have a problem with the order? I don't give a go call Michael's. It's not my problem. But besides those deliver-only offers, I don't do grocery orders with Instacart. I'm trying to think back here. When was the last time I did a grocery order with Instacart? And it was a while ago. I only do them nowadays with Uber Eats Shop and Pay, and that's because of the dollar figure. But Instacart just gets under my skin. I mean, they send us bananas as a tribute, or they turn around and they drip us a refer a friend codes. I mean, I don't even have proper refer a friend codes here with Uber Eats and DoorDash or Skip because they say they're not available in my market. But at least they have the decency of telling me it's not available in my market, unlike Instacart that lies about the numbers. And I'll link up that video currently right here about the refer a friend and exactly what I'm talking about. But Instacart, You're ranking number 4, and you will always probably stay bottom of the rank as long as you keep on doing what you're doing, and probably as long as you have a CEO of who you have currently right now, because she just gets under my skin. All right, my lovelies, I have ranked mine from 1 to 4. Now I ask you to do the same thing. And like I said, I don't care if it's not 4 and it's 32 of them. Go rank all 32 of them in the comments below. This one was a fun video to make. It's a little bit longer, a little bit more intensive, a little bit more of a breakdown of why I like and why I don't. And I'll catch you, lovelies, in the next video.